Hey guys, how's it going? So, I got an inquiry the other day. Um, I was hanging out in the roller skating park, and this is one of the places where you can find me on my time off. Roller skating park, roller skating rink, beach, yoga club, mountains, somewhere beautiful. That's where I like to spend my time off. Anyway, I'm at the roller skating park, and someone came up to me and said, I'm turning 30 years old. Do you have any advice for me? And just to before I get into it, I want to say this is really cool that this person came up and asked me for some advice because lately I've been thinking a lot about starting a YouTube channel and becoming a life coach. And this has been on my mind. I've had this thought form, that I have something to offer, I have some value to give to people from my personal experience in life, the things I've gained, the insights, the clarity I'm having, and that I can, offer this to people. And he picked up on that thought form, okay? Because people can kind of read your thoughts a little bit. This is something I'll get to in subsequent videos. But anyway, this is a really good sign. And so this guy on a skateboard comes up to me and says, "Hey, dude, I'm turning 30. Do you have any advice for me?" Um, and right off the bat, I had three pieces of advice immediately. So, number one, save 10% of everything that you earn. Again, save or invest 10% of everything that you earn. And we'll unpack that some more later, okay? Number two, what addictions do you have in your life? What are you addicted to? Is it alcohol, tobacco, weed, pornography, social media, negative self talk, overeating? Whatever it is, you need to take you need to be honest with yourself and take a real inventory of what addictions you have in your life and make sure that you are running your life, okay? And that some other influence, some addiction is not running your life. You are running your life. So this is very important. And the third piece of advice is to make a list of goals for your dream life for the next 10 years. So you're turning 30. What are all the things you want to do between 30 and 40? Like, do you want to go skydiving? Do you want to go to Japan? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want to have a family? Do you have career goals? Do you want to write a book? All these things. Make a list of them and know what your goals are going into this decade. All right, so let's just unpack everything now. Number one, investing. Save 10% of whatever you earn. So I know some of you are saying, well, I have bills to pay and there's rent and food and loans and I'm barely making enough as it is. Okay, so then you need to do 10% more. There's some value you have to offer. You can maybe babysit or teach a guitar lesson or clean somebody's yard or just whatever it is. Find a way. So if you make 500 per week, then make 550 per week, and then take that extra $50 and save or invest it. So learn some simple, basic investing. You don't have to be Warren Buffett investing genius. All right. And another thing, don't go spend it all on Dogecoin. That's not what this is. That's not what this is. You're not trying to hit the lotto. You are trying to put a little bit every month into some good stocks. You can go to the YouTube channel called Investing with Rose. I recommend it. There's one about dollar cost averaging, and it's all about how if you pick 5 to 7 good stocks or indexes and you put in a little bit every month, even if the stock goes down, you're still going to be in really good shape when the stock comes up, because that whole time when the stock was going down, you were getting a discounted price. And then when it goes back up, then you're going to be sitting pretty. And it doesn't seem like much to do this, but if you start doing this when you're 30, by the time you're 40, you're going to be in a position to buy a house. You're going to be able to buy a house. Because let me tell you, it kind of sucks being a renter when you're 40 and having to spend a very significant part of your paycheck on something that you don't own. Okay? Or you can spend that money on something else. You can take the honeymoon of your dreams. I don't know, but you're going to have that nest egg and it's going to grow. But also, the practice of doing this thing, the practice of saving 10% of everything you earn, you're going to start to look at yourself differently. You're going to start to view your life differently. And other people are going to view you differently. Because you have long-term goals. So you're not just doing everything for the short term. You're not coming up with excuses like, well, the way things are going with global warming and whatnot, I don't even know if there's going to be a world in 10 years. That's a cop-out. It's a cop-out, okay? The odds are there will be a world in 10 years. The odds are you will still be alive, if you're just statistically speaking, okay? And so then what are you going to be doing in 10 years? All right, so we're not saying put 100% of yourself into the future. Put 10% of yourself into the future. You could still spend plenty of time in the present, okay? You could still spend plenty of time doing your thing right now, doing what you enjoy, but 10% of yourself you're going to put into the future. And then you're going to thank yourself in the future when you have that nest egg, when that money has been working for you, when it's been growing interest that whole time, and you're going to say, wow, all I did was put 10% in, and now I can put a down payment on a house. I could buy a house. I could buy an Airstream trailer. I could go live by the beach and surf, whatever your dream turns out to be. All right, let's go to number 2. Addictions. There's a lot of addictions out there, all right? So this young man told me, well, I don't really have a lot of addictions. I just, I smoke a lot of weed. That's what he said. So, okay, I can relate to that. I used to smoke a lot of weed. Nowadays, I do not. By choice. I could if I wanted to, but I just don't want to because I feel really good as it is. I feel very good in my natural state all the time. So why would I want to jeopardize that by introducing another substance? But anyway, so he's got this this addiction. So if it's not interfering with, or he's got this habitual usage, let's say. So, well, if it's not interfering with your life, okay, but be honest with yourself. Is it interfering with your life? He said to me, well, sometimes I do it just because I'm bored. Okay, well, if you're bored and you smoke weed and then you play video games or something like that, that's going to compound over time. So you're going to become better at smoking weed and playing video games. Meanwhile, somebody else is putting that time into, going to the gym or being a good cook or learning computer programming or something that's going to be more useful. And then those things are compounding for that other person. So just be cognizant of the fact that when you do these things, over time they compound. And the same is true for any addiction. So it could be social media. A lot of people spend hours a day on social media and they have a lot of negative emotions about it. They feel envy or they get into, debates that aren't very productive, and then their ego and their emotions get all flared up about it. And those negative emotions will compound over time. It's a health hazard, okay? You want to feel positive emotions. You want to spend that time doing things that make you feel good, okay? Being proactive towards what matters in your life. Going to nature, spending quality time with the people who you care about and care about you. Spending quality time with the people who challenge you and challenge you to be better, but doing it interpersonally, face to face. So that's what I have to say about addictions is, be honest with yourself and take an inventory of, are you running your own life and what outside substances are you dependent upon? Make sure that you're not dependent on anything, okay? The only thing you want to depend on yourself in this life is you and the people you love and care about. Okay, and then finally, make a list of your goals. So, look, you can go spend some time in nature. You can go hiking, get away from everything, and get some clarity like that. You can get an awesome workout in, you're sweating, drink a glass of water, take a shower, and you got clarity like that. You can meditate, you could do a 1 or 2 day fast. There's a lot of different ways to get into that state of clarity. And when you're in that state of clarity, when it hits you, okay, make a list of the kind of life you want. And don't hold back. You want to go skydiving? Put it on the list. You know? You want to walk across the Rockies, go hiking across the Rocky Mountain Trail? Put it on the list. You want to do all those things, so put it on your list of goals. And keep it somewhere special in your journal, where you can refer back to it in the future. And you'll come back to it and you'll look at it and say, maybe you're in a rut or whatever it is, you feel overworked, or things maybe aren't coming together. You take a look at your list and say, oh yeah, this is where I'm headed. This is the life I want. This is what it's all about. And you're going to get there. All right, so this is my first YouTube video, and it's been a pleasure. Please hit subscribe, as I plan to make a lot more of these kinds of videos. And I will see you all real soon.